Dispatch summer interns tried out 9 different modes of transportation. The goal was to see who could get from the dispatch office in Capitol Square to the restaurant Melts in the short north fastest. With that, the interns also kept track of how much each mode cost and how their overall experiences were.
I took Uber. It took a little less than 14 minutes. It cost like $5.06, so it was pretty cheap. It was great. I got in the car. The man's name was Ebenezer. He was super nice. We talked about how long he's worked for Uber, what I do at the dispatch, just kind of some stuff like that. So it was very like casual conversation. And then he dropped me off right in front of Mount. It was great. I was the first one to get there, so I'm pretty happy.
I took the personal car. There were a lot of lights, but once I got past the lights, it just came down to finding a parking spot, and I couldn't find one at first, but luckily somehow there was one right in front of the restaurant, so I pulled in there and paid the meter.
Mode of transportation I took was Lyft with a Y. Actually, it was free because the first 3 rides that you do with Lyft are free. And the only amount I paid was $5 for gratuity. I was really disappointed because when they got there, the pink mustache, their token pink mustache was off. So I immediately asked where the mustache was, and she said it was in the trunk. But she was really nice, so it made up for it. And then as soon as I got in, they do a fist bump. That's like their way of being like, yo, we're gonna go Lyft.
We took a taxi. We were able to catch one close to the Columbus Dispatch building over by the Ohio Theater. So it didn't take us very long to actually get to a taxi and be able to catch one.
The card reader was broken, so we kind of had trouble with that. But luckily we had cash and we were able to fix it out relatively quickly.
I took the COTA bus from High Street and Broad Street up to the short north here. It was very easy. I looked up the schedule before getting on the COTA bus. I went to the stop. It stopped. I got on. I paid, stood and talked with the driver for a little while we were riding. She pointed out the stop for us. We got off. It was very simple.
I took the Kogo bikes. Took me just a smidge over 20 minutes. It cost me $6 and it would have cost me $3 for any additional time over a half hour. My experience was good. It was pretty painless. I didn't really have any problems getting from point A to point B. There were no pedestrians or cars in my way. Overall, it was a good time.
I rode in the Car to Go, which is one of those little smart cards you see everywhere. It took us about 21 minutes total. Part of the problem was that the card reader wouldn't read his card right away, so we tried to get in the car about 5 or 6 times before it was actually unlocked. I walked the wrong direction a couple times trying to find it on the app, which should be simple, but it's not for me.
I took the C bus and it was free. I was supposed to go to the stop on Front and Broad, but I couldn't find that one. So I went to the stop on Front and Gay Street, and that took me about 10 minutes. And then the bus came at 12:15, and it was another 10-minute ride to the short north. It was a good experience. I got a little worried because I couldn't find the stop initially, but I found one because going to the short north, all the C bus stops are on Front Street, so that was pretty easy.
I was walking today. It took me about 25 minutes. I was the last person to show up, but it wasn't that bad at all. I beat Google by about 5 minutes, so it was cool.